Dear viewers, welcome back to the Diplomatic Talk program. In this episode, we are going to talk about relations between India and Uzbekistan. But before we proceed, let's explore India. India is the world's largest film producer and boasts the second oldest film industry globally. India is the most populous country in the world, home to over 1.4 billion people. According to the recent study, the country with the highest proportion of vegetarianism is India, with a staggering 38% of the population identifying as vegetarian. India proudly holds the title of the tiger capital of the world. Incredibly, 75% of the global tiger population calls the country home. India was the source of diamonds in the world from 4th century BC for around 1,000 years. The pure diamonds were found in the Krishna River Delta located in Andhra Pradesh. Now let's move to relations between India and Uzbekistan. In the last 10 years, the trade between the two countries has seen an upward trend from $316 million in 2014 to $689 million in 2023. According to the Statistics Agency of Uzbekistan, India exported goods worth $254 million to Uzbekistan in the first 4 months of 2024. During President's visit to India in 2019, an agreement was reached with the Export-Import Bank of India on granting a preferential credit line in the amount of $200 million for financing socially significant projects in Uzbekistan. Currently, Smita Pant has the diplomatic mission of India in Uzbekistan. On the other hand, Sardor Rustambayev has the diplomatic mission of Uzbekistan in India. Uz Report creative team went to Indian embassy to talk with the Smita Pant. She shared her career path of a diplomat. Dear viewers, our today's guest speaker, Her Excellency Ambassador of India to Uzbekistan. Good evening.
How are you?
Thank you for agreeing to give us this interview. We heard that you've been here for 2 months. How do you like our country?
It feels like home already. I've been, I would say, kind of overwhelmed with the love and the warmth that I've received. And we have, historical links, and it is so close, just 2.5 hours flight from India. So it feels like home.
When I read your biography, I found out that you started your diplomatic career in 2001, right?
Yes.
How did you feel at that time? Do you remember your first day in this pass?
Yes, of course, it was a lot of exuberance and excitement because I always wanted to join the Foreign Service. It gives you an opportunity to travel, mingle with people across cultures. So it was a very exciting day for us. And we are a family of 4 sisters. I'm the eldest in the family. And therefore, when I got to the Foreign Service, the entire family and the extended family was very excited. Yes, I can remember that day, and since you've asked that question, it brings back fond memories.
As you've mentioned that you've been thinking about to become a diplomat. As a child, did you want to become a diplomat, to join foreign service?
I wanted to be of service. I wanted to join Government of India. And I remember when I was in 10th class, my father used to bring a lot of magazines, which featured interviews of women and men who had cleared foreign service and administrative service. So I think right there in the mind, in the background, in the subconscious mind, there was a desire to join the Government of India. After my graduation, I was almost very clear that this is the path I wanted to especially because as I said, I'm interested in the cultures. I'm interested in knowing people, and therefore I think, I would perhaps say that by God's grace, and I was lucky to join the service.
So, the person who inspired you to become a diplomat, we can say that it was your dad.
Yeah, absolutely.
We know that in diplomacy, especially if you are a woman, you face a lot of different challenges. As a diplomat, have you faced any challenges?
As a woman, I would say it sometimes becomes difficult because you have to navigate both the spaces, the professional and the personal. I have two kids, not more than 8 years old, twins, boys. So you have to do the balancing because you also want to be a good mother.
Yes.
And you also want to be good at your workspace. So I think navigating that personal and professional life is a bit of a challenge, and especially my husband is not here with me, he's in India. So most of it is on me. I think that's a challenge. But as far as professional challenges are concerned, I have in fact received a lot of encouragement from my seniors. I have handled very interesting assignments, including India's relationship with Afghanistan. I have done India's neighborhood, India's relationship with Myanmar, India's relationship with Bangladesh. Professionally, I would say it's been very, very intense. But, that was, I wouldn't call that it was a period of difficulty. It was, in fact, a period of encouragement that I got. But as a women diplomat, as I said, it's when you have to do the personal, everything at home and everything at office, that becomes little challenging.
But how do you overcome these challenges?
Meditation. I started practicing meditation in 2020. And incidentally, I had COVID 3 times. I think during that period, I learned meditation. I had been doing yoga since for about 8-9 years. And our Prime Minister has been actively promoting yoga. He says that, if you have to be efficient, you do yoga. And I think that really helped me. So the whole point, I would say, Guli, is to actually stay calm. Even if it is intense situation at home or at work front, the idea is to exude calmness and to feel calm,
Yes.
And especially in a leadership position, you can't be anxious because you don't want to pass on the anxiety to your junior colleagues or to your team. So I think meditation and going inwards really helped me a lot. And as you can see, our embassy is located at the most beautiful, very beautiful premise. So sometimes I bring my files here and I do my paperwork here right in the middle of nature. I think that has helped me a lot. Connecting with nature and meditation and eating good foods in Tashkent.
We talked about the disadvantages. What about the advantages of being a diplomat?
Well, as I said that, the world is open for you. We believe in the philosophy of Vasudev Kutumbakam, that is, world is one big family. You and I are interrelated because we are part of that same family. And therefore, when you go as a diplomat and you meet people, you discover a lot of similarities and you make friends from all over the world. I have been particularly interested in the cultural space, particularly in Uzbekistan. It makes me feel closer to your country. So I think advantages are so many, both professionally, as India continues to play a very important role in the world politics and diplomacy, and a positive role, I would say. But personally as well, because you make friends and those friends, last for life.
You mentioned that you've been working in different countries. Of course, they're all different. Have you faced any cultural challenges?
Not really, because the countries that I have been to, I think there were more of, I would say, cultural commonalities, be it Vietnam, or for example in UAE, where there is 3.3 million strong Indian community, or in London, which also has huge Indian community, in Uzbekistan, where we have ancient links and such strong cultural cooperation. So I am a person, intuitively and instinctively I discover commonalities. Even in our languages, for example, words like mohabbat, mohalla, samosa, all of that. So I don't think I have, yes, there are cultures which are different, which will be, and those differences are to be appreciated and admired. They don't specifically lead to feeling of being, facing challenges or difficulties. I'm a vegetarian. Once in a while, that problem of having vegetarian food in certain parts of the globe I have faced. But fortunately, not in Uzbekistan. I was told that finding vegetarian food would be a problem, but that's not been the case. I have discovered many hideouts where I can have vegetarian, good, not just vegetarian, but good vegan food as well. So, no cultural challenges. The differences have made me appreciate, their cultural strengths. And I would say I have more or less had a very good time while serving abroad.
As a diplomat, you know more than 4 languages, right? Or 3 languages. What is the importance of learning languages? Is it beneficial, or today only knowing English, for instance, is enough?
Speaking in local language always makes you feel closer. So, if I say hi and hello to you in Uzbek, Salam alaikum. And if I use Uzbek, if I start speaking Uzbeki, you feel a sense of proximity. Although, of course, English does connect. And therefore, that's the reason I've started learning Uzbeki language. I think in a week's time, our classes would start. So, there are certain phrases and words in the local language that English, or for that matter, any other foreign language cannot capture. So, I think I would love to learn Uzbeki language. Although I must say I haven't faced any difficulty here. Most of the people in my circles, they speak English. But I would love to learn your language. It sounds very musical. And as I said, there are so many words between common words between our languages. I would love to explore it more.
Now let's talk about the bilateral relations of our countries. We know that there have been visits of Prime Minister of India to Uzbekistan and our President's visit to India. What have changed since that time? What are agreements that they've reached and which are already being implemented?
Guli, I would say that as far as our relationship is concerned, even sky is not the limit. There's so much to be done, and there's so much which is already happening. And because the political leadership of the two countries is so deeply invested, we diplomats, are, I would say, also very encouraged to work every single day and give our best. So a lot of agreements have been signed in many areas, including new and emerging technologies, including in space. We are interested in forging stronger collaboration, cooperation in innovation, in information technology. Universities have been set up. As you know, there are 3 Indian universities here in Uzbekistan. The Indian investments have started increasing. The trade has increased between the two sides. We are now looking at establishing cargo flight between the two countries. We are looking at addressing the issue relating to logistics, because connectivity is a major challenge. Otherwise, India is one of the most natural markets for Uzbekistan. So even in the cultural space, a tremendous amount of development has happened. Both our sides come together to commemorate International Day of Yoga. In the area of students exchange and faculty exchange, initiatives are ongoing. We are looking at also, joint projects in research and development in areas of common interest, like agriculture technology, like, irrigation in dry regions, water management, hydrology. We are also keen to have stronger cooperation in societal applications of nuclear technology. So things are moving, and as I said, that it is largely because of the political vision of of the leadership of the two countries.
Majority of experts from India to Uzbekistan are medicine, right? And this is very interesting. But when it comes to experts from Uzbekistan to India, those are silver and raw materials. Are you looking for developing other areas as well?
Yes, of course. We also, we also import a large quantity of your asafoetida. which is one of the spices which India uses in huge quantity. I think world's 55 to 60% of the consumption happens in India of asafoetida. But we are looking at, importing your fruits, and there is, the issues of market access is being addressed because, as I said, Uzbekistan is so close to India. There's physical proximity, and why shouldn't India enjoy, amazing fruits and dry fruits of Uzbekistan? So work is happening on that front. And we are also looking at issues relating to service sector. We are looking at, digital technologies and IT as well. I've had productive meetings with the concerned agencies here, and hopefully we'll be able to make some traction.
What areas of business sector do you think most promising here in Uzbekistan?
Agriculture technology, agriculture exports, IT, information technology. I think these are renewable energy. These are areas which I would like to focus upon. And also because, these are the areas that India is also focusing, especially as to developing economies, sustainable development. The progress that Uzbekistan has made in last few years has been commendable. You're growing at a very, very impressive rate. So has been India's growth. So I think the focus should also be on sustainable development. Your country is focusing on that area. We are also focusing on that issue. So while we continue to grow and prosper and have more trade and more investments into each other countries, I think the mantra would be sustainable development, and therefore green energy, clean energy would continue to be our focus.
One of the hobbies of the ambassador is gardening. Our team was invited to take part in the planting flowers at the embassy's garden. Your Excellency, you mentioned about the project that the Prime Minister is launching. Can you tell us more about this?
Well, yes, this is a campaign that was launched on the World's Environment Day on 5th June by our Prime Minister. And the campaign is called Plant for Mother. So plant for your own mother, of course, and love, and as a sign of gratitude, but also for the Mother Earth, So in honor of that campaign, I would like to plant a sapling today, and I would like to invite young Akshaj also to come forward, because as you know, children are the future generation. So Akshaj and I will do, and I would like you to also join hands and plant this sapling. And as I said, the idea is to plant some close to 800 million trees by September this year, and 1.25 billion trees by March 2025.
So it's all over the world, right?
We are doing it all over the world, basically in India, but we are also doing it in collaboration with our interlocutors all over the world. Our missions have been playing an active role, and I'll also be approaching your ministry, concerned ministry, in this regard.
So how many plants it's planned to plant here?
We will plant as many as the local authorities will allow. We are also doing an event on 14th and 15th of August in our cultural center. Our acting director is leading that effort.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. India is a country full of festivals because India is a land of diverse cultures, languages, religions, and traditions. No festival is complete without Indian food. During festival times in India, the culinary landscape transformed into a vibrant tapestry of flavors and aromas, with large numbers of traditional dishes enjoyed to celebrate the occasion. Ambassadors meet up and showcase some of the culinary delights of India. And now, let's explore Indian culinary delights. So, Your Excellency, can you show us Indian culinary foods?
So, I would like to invite all of you and your team for over an Indian lunch. And we have the vegetarian kebab as starters. And this is made of mixed vegetables, potatoes, spinach, a little bit of asafoetida that we import from Uzbekistan, black pepper, coriander seeds, and it's very tasty. Little spicy, not much, and you can try it with the Indian raita. It is called raita, made of curd and vegetables and mint leaves added.
Made of curd?
Yes,
Yeah,
it's made of
we
curd.
also have this.
So, this will dilute the spice, although we had asked our chef to tone down the spices. If you find it spicy, you would dip it in the yogurt, and which is called raita, and I think it will be palatable. This is chutney, which is made of gooseberry. Gooseberry is known as amla in Hindi. It has it is very high on vitamin C, and this is during summers and otherwise also other seasons also Indians consume it because it's also good for digestion. This is salad made of cucumber and some cherry tomato, basil leaves. We have
rice, right?
Indian rice. Yeah, this is I think basmati rice and some vegetables.
So you've been here for over 2 months. Have you tried our Uzbek rice?
Yes, of course. I've also had vegetarian pilav, and one of the dishes that I really like is honam. I love it. I've had it over breakfast. It's really delicious.
I see. Let's move.
Mixed vegetables, little bit of cottage cheese, onion, capsicum, broccoli, carrots, and prepared in Indian spices.
Interesting. It even smells so nice.
It smells good. This
Yes.
is cottage cheese. I hope you will enjoy it. Cottage cheese with little bit of gravy, again Indian spices including black pepper, the naan,
Naan.
and lentils.
What is this?
Lentils, this is moong dal, and so the lentils this is dal, the lentils, and it is prepared in tomato. I can see a little bit of spinach in this, garlic, little bit of salt and onion.
So what's your favorite dish?
My favorite is the vegetarian kebab and the mixed vegetable.
You've been explaining it so deeply. Do you often cook?
I am not a very good cook, but yes, I love cooking, but the end product doesn't necessarily come out as good. But yes, I do cook once in a while.
I see. Okay, thank you. It was
Okay, so
very
may I serve this? What would you like to try? Can I give you
Yes,
kebab
let's
first?
have
Okay.
kebab.
Can we have chutney? Little bit of chutney. Amla chutney.
It's full of vitamin C.
It's very rich in vitamin C, and it is delectable as well. It is tasty. I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
Let me help. I will take it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So this plate is special for me from Her Excellency Ambassador.
I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah. Thank you for watching our program and joining us on this diplomatic journey. Stay tuned for our next episodes.